Hi, I'm Mark from eReplacementParts.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a spring tune-up on your lawn tractor. Spring is here and the grass has started to grow. But before you haul your lawn tractor out and start to mow the lawn, you should do some basic maintenance. A spring tune-up will typically consist of changing the oil, the air filter, the spark plug, and the fuel filter, as well as sharpening the blades. These are easy maintenance tasks, and we're going to show you how to do that in this video. We'll get started by changing the engine oil. The first step to changing your lawn tractor's engine oil is to heat the oil inside the engine. This will make it flow out of the engine easier, and it'll also tend to mix any dirt or metal debris that might be sitting in the engine into the oil. So when we drain the oil, we get all of that out of the engine. So I'm just going to start up the motor and let it run for a couple of minutes to get that oil nice and warm. With the engine oil warmed up, now we can go ahead and drain the old oil out of the engine. The manufacturer of my mower has provided a spout that'll make draining the oil from the engine a little easier and less messy. I'll put a container to catch the oil beneath the spout, loosen the dipstick, and remove the oil plug. Once the oil has drained from the mower, I'll go ahead and reinstall the plug. I'll pull the drain spout out of the way and clean up any excess oil that might have spilled. Now we can go ahead and replace the engine oil. The engine manufacturer will specify the proper weight and grade of oil to use in the engine. Always follow the engine manufacturer's guidelines when selecting the oil. When I think I'm getting close to the proper amount of oil in the engine, I'll want to stop adding and check the oil level with the dipstick. And that looks about right. This can be a gradual process. You don't want to add too much oil, so it's best to add a little oil, check on the dipstick, add again if needed, and continue to do this until you have the proper amount of oil in the engine. Next, we'll replace the air filter. To remove the air filter, first I'll remove the air filter cover. Then I'll pull the filter away from the engine. Now I can go ahead and install the new filter and replace the cover. Now we'll replace the spark plug. Now I'll remove the spark plug wire from the spark plug. Next I'll remove the old spark plug. Now I can install the new spark plug. But before I do, I need to gap the electrode. The engine manufacturer will specify the proper gap for the plug. In the case of my tractor, it's 30 thousandths of an inch. So I'll use a gapping tool to measure the gap and then make any adjustments as necessary. With the spark plug properly gapped, now I can install it back into the engine. and replace the spark plug wire. Now we can replace the fuel filter. First, I'll clamp off the fuel line on both sides of the filter so we don't have any fuel spillage. Then I'll release the fuel line clamps. And remove the filter. Now I can go ahead and install the new filter. Now we'll finish up by sharpening the blades. I'll use a piece of wood to block the blade so it can't rotate as I turn the spindle nut. Now I can go ahead and sharpen the blade. I prefer to use a handheld grinder to sharpen lawnmower blades. I'll clamp the blade into a vise. And then I'll hold the grinder at the same angle as the angle on the blade and sharpen it until it's sharp. Once one side is sharp, I just rotate the blade around and repeat the process on the other side, and then again on the other blade. With the blade sharpened, now we can go ahead and reinstall them back onto the mower. First, I'll set the blade onto the spindle. The manufacturer will specify a certain torque setting for the blade bolt. In the case of this mower, it's between 70 and 90 foot-pounds. I've set up my torque wrench for 80 foot-pounds. Now I'll just hand thread the blade bolt onto the spindle. And again, I'll use a block of wood to keep the blade from spinning as I tighten the spindle. And then just repeat this on the other side. You know, repair shops get really busy during the spring months, and doing a spring tune-up yourself will not only save you a lot of money, but a lot of time. We hope you found this video helpful. Please feel free to leave a comment or ask us a question.